In a recent development, U.S. Senate Democrats have blocked a Republican attempt to swiftly approve a bill that would provide emergency aid to Israel. The bill had already passed in the House of Representatives last week. But it did not include any assistance for Ukraine in its fight against Russia. Republican Senator Roger Marshall emphasized the urgency of delivering aid to Israel without any further delay. However, Democrats raised concerns about the need to support both Ukraine and Israel, along with providing humanitarian aid, border security funding, and resources to counter China in the Indo-Pacific region. These additional priorities were part of a $106 billion funding request that President Joe Biden had sent to Congress in the previous month. Democrats also accused House Republicans of politicizing the crisis in Israel by linking aid to cutting funding for the Internal Revenue Service, a target of Republicans. They argued that a bipartisan bill should have been drafted instead of using this tactic to delay aid for Israel. The House bill proposed allocating $14.3 billion to Israel to address the recent attack by Hamas militants. But it also included equivalent cuts to the IRS. The funds would have supported Israel's defense systems, including the Iron Dome and David Sling, as well as equipment transfers from U.S. stocks. Senator Patty Murray, who chairs the Senate Appropriations Committee, stressed that the delay in aid would be detrimental to both Ukraine and Israel, as both allies require immediate support. The House vote on the bill was largely divided along party lines. Democrats criticized the proposed IRS cuts as a politically motivated move that would increase the U.S. budget deficit by reducing tax collection. They also emphasized the importance of continuing to support Ukraine. For the legislation to become law, it needs to pass both the Democratic-controlled Senate and the Republican-majority House, and be signed by President Biden. The White House had previously stated that Biden would veto the House bill. Currently, Senate leaders are working on their own supplemental funding bill and aim to introduce it as early as this week.